I see the AFC West as being the new AFC East. Let me know what you guys think about these standings.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I think it could potentially be a cakewalk for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, we all know who's the number one pick. I mean, who's the number one seed in this division. I think we all got the Kansas City Chiefs like running away with this thing. I personally have them at 14-3, and I have them at 14-3 just because of injury purposes. If it wasn't for injury purposes, I'd possibly say they'd be 17-0. But regardless, the second one on my list is possibly going to be the LA Chargers. Now, this right here is going to be very important. First things first, their quarterback Justin Herbert has been absolutely sensational. They got their old coach, which I'm not necessarily going to name him because he is a black man. I don't like throwing shade on black coaches, but regardless, he was absolutely horrific. He was absolutely horrific. The time management in the fourth quarter was absolutely putrid. They lost multiple games in the fourth quarter. I personally think the record of 7-9 last year should have even potentially been 10-6 at least. That's just at least. I think Justin Herbert could definitely lead this team to possibly be 11-6. I'm going to have them at that. Now, the last two teams are going to have to be the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is going to be the order: Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos, I absolutely love their quarterback, Drew Lock. I'll talk about him in one of my other podcasts, but I personally think that Drew Lock is definitely one of my, I won't necessarily say favorite young quarterbacks, but I think he's one of my favorite underrated quarterbacks. Just to be specific, I have the Las Vegas Raiders at 7-10. I'm going to have the Denver Broncos at 6-11.
So the AFC West is actually a really tricky division. The only for sure or guarantee is the Chiefs. I also have the Chiefs going first in the division at 14-3, and also only because being at 17 games this year, I think a lot that last game or like one game at least out of the season for every team is going to be like a lot of reserves and backups playing, just so the starters get some rest. So they might lose that game. I also have the Chargers coming in second as well at 10-7. I think the Chargers are one of the most balanced teams. You know, both on defense they have stars, on offense they have stars. Herbert, I mean, he's really coming into his own. I think there's not much that needs to be said about the Chargers. As far as the Raiders, I have them. See, I do have the Raiders coming in above the Broncos, but as I look at it again, I might have the Broncos coming in at 8-9. Now, if they get Aaron Rodgers, they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. Like, there's no, okay. But as with the current team constructed on the Broncos, you know, Drew Lock does have some help. You know, Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, there's some good wide receivers, and their defense, they have a really solid secondary. They still have Von Miller. We got to see what version of Von Miller we get. But they have a solid enough team to probably come 8-9 and put up a fight in that division, but they'll probably finish third. And then lastly, I have the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders, it depends on the type of year that they want to have. Some years the Raiders can be amazing, and some years, you know, Derek Carr can just be a bottom of the pack quarterback. There's nothing really to talk about on defense as far as the Raiders, and offensively we just have to see what Gruden can come up with. But yeah, I think I have the Raiders coming in at like 6-11.
So I have the Kansas City Chiefs. I have the Kansas City Chiefs going 15-2. I feel like they're going to be the new New England Patriots, and this AFC West division is just going to be the Kansas City Chiefs division for a long time. Like you saw what Tom Brady did in the AFC East. Pat Mahomes is going to do it in the West. So this is his division for a long time. Now, coming in for second place, I actually have the Las Vegas Raiders going 9-8. I feel like y'all throwing some dirt on Derek Carr's name, like unintentionally, maybe intentionally. I'm not sure, but I feel like he's definitely one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He's gonna come out and he's gonna perform. He's gonna find a way to win some games. Are they gonna be good? Above average, not really gonna make some noise, but they're not gonna be as bad as I forgot the record you guys were giving them. But last in the division, I'm not sure. Now, third place, I actually have the LA Chargers going 6-11. I don't see this as a strong division. I do give Herbert the credit. He's a beast. They lost a lot of close games. They blame it on the coach. I'm not sure who to blame it on, but I have the Chargers going 6-11, and then the Broncos. I'm not really sure what you guys see in them. Maybe there's something I'm missing. You guys are going to inform me, but I have them going. You ready? 3-14.
My goodness.
That's where I have the Denver Broncos. Maybe you guys are seeing something I'm not. I'm sure you guys are going to tell me about it. I'm sure the comment section is going to let me know. but I don't see the Broncos doing anything. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers can save this team. I don't know what's going on with the Broncos, but you guys are about to let me know. I'm assuming.
I mean, yeah. Listen, Rob. I just gotta ask. I mean, so how do you feel about Drew Lock? You just don't like Drew Lock at all as a QB?
I don't. The Broncos have been going through a quarterback drought or curse since Peyton Manning left.
See, and my thing is, and that last year Peyton Manning left, that was a blessing actually. But so I'm going over the depth chart. I mean, in this league, defense will get you some wins. I mean, you saw last year with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, defense got us seven straight weeks of winning. And when you look on the depth chart, I mean, I don't want to say their secondary is decent, but then looking back, they got Darby, Kyle Fuller, Justin Simmons, and Kareem Jackson, a great safety duo. Like I said, they still got Von Miller, Bradley Chubb. Like they have their defense could be one of the top rated defenses in the league. And then Drew Lock does have weapons, but the moral of the story is, I think they're a lot better than that. I think besides the Chiefs, I think the Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos are going to beat up on each other, and I think that the Broncos. I mean, I have them going 8 and 9 because I think they're going to sneak some wins, but I don't know about lasting the division.
Well, here's the thing about the Broncos. I personally feel like I think they're not necessarily doing Drew Lock any good service by having the coaches that they do have. Pat Shermer, he was a Giants coach, Giants head coach. I know his faults, and also Vic Fangio. He's pretty much on a hot seat. If he doesn't necessarily get things done right this year, he's most likely going to be fired this offseason. So I personally think like just the overall aura over that organization isn't necessarily the best and the healthiest for a young quarterback, especially like Drew Lock. I personally thought he had some of the best arm talent coming out of college. He just needed to be molded. It turns out that they're not doing that at all. Thing about the Chiefs, I personally believe it's going to be very difficult to find out where they lose in this division. I think we all agree on this. It's going to be very difficult. I personally have them going undefeated in this division. We talk about the Oakland Raiders quarterback, Derek Carr. Personally, we don't even know if he's going to be the starter. You talked about it. They might even get Aaron Rodgers. We have absolutely no idea. I personally think that Derek Carr and Gruden, their relationship is not necessarily the best. Obviously, they basically faked it like they were like it was the best over the past season, over the past couple of games. But we all seen them pretty much melt down, pretty much crumble during the later parts. I personally think that Gruden really doesn't like Derek Carr, and I think Derek Carr is really pretty much looking over his shoulder every single day. Obviously, especially since Marcus Mariota was brought to the team.
Derek Carr's job is in jeopardy, man. Last year he threw for 4,100. Bro, last year he threw for 4,100 yards, throwing 27 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. I think he's a top of the pack. He's definitely in the top half of quarterbacks in the league. No reason he should be worrying about his job.
Well, first things first. If the Oakland Raiders don't go to the playoffs, he's losing his job. Period. Point blank.
We'll stay tuned. I want the people watching this to definitely let us know in the comments below. If you're a Broncos fan, let me hear about the Broncos. And if you're a Raiders fan, let these two hear about Derek Carr. Definitely tell them to put some respect on Derek Carr's name.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Raiders fans they have no problem with us slandering Derek Carr right now.